fascinating is the word. One Man Standing has nailed it.
Right on. So next up we have a new song by Mr. Susan. This one's called Blue Cow, and this is off their album A Popularity Contest. Dig this.
Souls for certain. Implausible is plausible to me. Left or right, we have no mind. It's curtains. Stupid is as stupid does, you see. Seems to me we need a brand new model. Who is going to implement? Not me. I mean, definitely not me. I mean, there's this brand new reality show on in 5 minutes about surfing cat that sings show tunes while stressed as a nun. And the new angle is, it's owned by one of those American women, one of those programs they show on ITVB. You know, the ones where obscenely rich people shout one another in faux posh accents like Lloyd Grossman, talk about their feelings, whine about how bad their lives are. On Sunday I'm going to download the new Mumford & Sons album, listen to it in the car on the way to IKEA. Gonna buy me a new coffee table for my chinchilla. Something all white and futuristic looking, right out of Clockwork Orange. I mean, when life gives you lemons, you sometimes end up with a blue cow in the boot of your car. Yeah, I got that from a meme one of my old school friends posted on Facebook. Wisest thing I ever heard. I mean, when I say school friend, we went to the same school. Didn't really hang around together all that much.
Right on. Mr. Susan with Blue Cow off their album A Popularity Contest. Now, that was just tripped out in general, and the lyrics were the funniest of the least. It was almost like a Primus song, to be honest with you.
Do you know what? That's the band that I couldn't think of the name of. That is exactly what that is. Primus is right on. That's, yeah, absolutely. Talking about Bassline Birthday, I love the kind of slap bass thing or whatever that was going on in there. I thought that was right on theme, as it turns out. Primus is right up there with that kind of thing, and it was cool because it was kind of a bit poppy, but also a bit weird, and I like that. I like weird pop. That should be a thing. That should be a genre on its own. It was cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely wicked. It did have that cool sound to it. There was lots of like reverb and delay on the vocals and stuff like that, and it was kind of cool. It did have a different vibe to it, and it is one of those songs that differentiates itself from the pack, and it definitely had a unique sound, and I was into it all around. You're right, it did have kind of that Primus feel to it with the bass and whatnot, but it was unique in its own right, and I was totally into it. It definitely had it's tough to really define a genre to kind of put that in, and I think that was its entire point. I don't think that you could talk to those guys and, have them say, well, we're trying to hit this genre or, this, that, or the other thing. I think that they're going to be they're a little bit different, and they like that. And I kind of like that about them, too. I don't like to see that happen.
Well, I tell you, man, they are a lot of fun because I actually have talked to them quite a few times, and they are nothing but a blast, let me tell you. Weird guys, but great guys at the same time. So next up, we're going to end part 2 with an old Grimm song. This is off his first EP called Digital Throw Up. And this is one of my favorite tunes, which everybody knows, and one of my favorite artists out of Ireland. So this is Grimm with Quick, Nobody Smile. Dig this.
Something done with life. Save someone else. Boredom awaits you now. Without all this, forgetting's easy. It's a piece of this. Let me write this down. It's an address. Go there for a while. Then wait for death.
Right on. That was Grim with Quick Nobody Smell off his first EP, Digital Throw Up. And let me tell you, I was totally geeking out when I interviewed him because I was so excited by the music because it's completely industrial with electro pop in it. It just made it sound so cool. Like I really got into it. And a really cool guy. A little bit cynical, but cool nonetheless. Like that was Grim, and that was awesome.
Yeah, it reminded me, first off, it reminded me of the Mars Volta, who are still one of the best bands I've ever seen live.
For
I can't
sure.
remember if I said it on the show or might have been I was talking to you offline one time, but I saw the Mars Volta and this guy stood on top, the guitarist, whatever his name was, stood on top of an amp stack that must have been 6 or 7 4x12 cabs stacked up on top of each other. He was just somehow got up there, was just like, you know, playing the guitar, and we were like, whoa, he's really high up, and then he just fucking jumped. Excuse my language. It was just like, okay, you're crazy. But anyway, yeah, they reminded me of that, but then the vocal, there was loads of interesting stuff in that. The vocals, again, going back to the Doors, he had that kind of Jim Morrison vibe, he had a kind of Jarvis Cocker vibe. I love Pulp as well, that's another amazing band. Brought back all that, and then I'm sure Brian will articulate this much better than I will because he's much more of a musician, if you like. But it just had, I love the kind of cool response, stop start thing, and it was like I don't know if it was a tempo thing or what it was, but it just worked really well in the middle of that, and that it makes your ears prick up and go, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
and that's what you want from a new tune.
I think in one way he kind of almost let the bottom fall out of the song. You know, it just kind of stopped it and then just like kind of came back. I mean, yeah, he does have a Mars Volta at the drive-in kind of vibe,
Nice,
and
at the drive-in,
you know,
nice.
I really enjoy this stuff. I mean, it's one of those things where it's whoever and whatever this guy does is it's just amazing. I mean, I listened to it, and I think we had a song on last week too. And I mean, this stuff just blows me away. I mean, this is one of those things that when I listen to, I get really excited about. I'm like, holy crap! I mean, this is like amazing stuff. Like, why? Like, I wish that there was like a way that we could just vote like all of our favorite musicians to the top based on like all this stuff, because I mean, these guys would be like, you know, right up there. I totally geek out over it. So yeah, I mean, the tune all around was just awesome. It had so many different great aspects to it. I would probably be here for about another hour telling you, but I mean, it was definitely, I was into it 100%, and this is definitely one of those albums I need to get. So I'm definitely going to be looking into this, because now that it's just amazing. It's a good tune and a good artist. And I think you had said previously, just one guy.
Yeah, just one guy. Yep.
Fantastic. Gotta love it.
Right on. So that's going to do it for part 2. We'll be back for part 3. We have about 6 more songs left, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Until then, Bones out. We'll be right back.